I mostly read public domain books here on Glenn Reads Books to You, and they were written a long time ago, so they're usually racist, or sexist, or bigoted, but in there somewhere is a story, and that's why those stories are famous. Other times, I read works from independent authors, and they're delightfully not racist, but they might have adult language or adult situations, like, making sex. So that's your warning, but I'm sure you're grown up enough to handle it. Don't write to me complaining. You just look so good. Is it okay for a middle-aged man to have long hair? I mean, I always thought it was kind of universally pathetic, but, man, looking at these pictures of Timothée Chalamet kind of makes me think, I wonder how I'd look with a beautiful head of hair just like him. No, I don't want it long. I don't want to look like Jesus. That's something you can only pull off in your 20s. I just want like a good bushel of hair just hanging off the sides, just like Timothée Chalamet. Oh, yeah, I got pouty lips. Oh, you're awake. Oh, well, why don't we get going and hit the road? Here we go. That's it. All right. And we're off. Thanks for waking up, and welcome to the Glenn Reads Books to You While Driving in His Car podcast. It's a fun little bit where I pretend to go on a road trip with you while reading books out loud and not just recording in my basement. This is where I read the hottest public domain books and short stories. This week we're going to continue to read Jane Eyre, an autobiography by Charlotte Brontë. Want to learn a little bit about the author? Sleepyhead? Well, I hope so. I took the time to steal this from Wikipedia. Charlotte Brontë was born April 21st, 1816, and died March 31st, 1855, at the age of 38. She was an English novelist and poet, and was the elder sister of Emily, Anne, and Branwell Brontë. Want to hear some fun facts that I stole from AnneBrontë.org? I only got one left. I've read through all of them, and that's number 10. Charlotte's dedication in Jane Eyre almost caused a scandal. One of Charlotte's greatest literary heroes was William Makepeace Thackeray. William Makepeace Thackeray, author of Vanity Fair, among other works. So she dedicated the first edition Jane Eyre to him. Unfortunately, Charlotte didn't know that Thackeray actually did have a mad wife that he kept confined within his home. Whilst a public secret, it was well known to London society, who assumed that this new author, Currer Bell, must know Thackeray, and to have modeled Rochester on him. When they later met, Thackeray characteristically laughed it off, although Charlotte was mortified when she discovered the truth. There are many other fascinating facts about Charlotte. She owned a piece of Napoleon's coffin. How she may have made a non-marriage pact with one of her friends, and how she kept her writing a secret from her own father, and how the death of her sisters changed the course of one of her novels, and how her future husband sobbing as no woman ever sobbed when she rejected his proposal. Well, that's just them kind of advertising the site we're on. All right, that's it for that. I kind of don't have anything else. How much time do we got till the grandfather clock goes off? Oh, God. Well, I don't know what state we're in. I'm kind of I think we're going east again. We started in Maine, and I don't think I've gone much further. So we're going to have to just sort of see where... Do you think you could pull up on that fancy phone of yours, maybe a Google map, and tell us where the hell we are? Because it'd be nice to know if we can start heading west. We're supposed to get to Southern California by the end of this book. So, there's grandfather clock in the back of the trunk that's telling me to shut up and start reading this book. Well, there you go. Why don't you get yourself settled? I'm just going to kind of put the steering wheel between my knees because I want both hands on this delicious book. So why don't you sit back and look up where the hell you think we might be. Burp, as I read to you Chapter 9. Oh, this is a way to start the chapter. Starts with the word but. But the privations, or rather the hardships of Lowood lessened. Spring drew on, she was indeed already come. The frosts of winter had ceased, its snows were melted, its cutting winds ameliorated. My, wretched feet, flayed, swollen to lameness by the sharp air of January, began to heal and subside under the gentler breathings of April. The nights and mornings, no longer by their Canadian temperature, froze the very blood in our veins. We could now endure the play hour passed in the garden. Sometimes on a sunny day it even began to be pleasant, and genial, and the greenness grew over those brown beds, which, freshening daily, suggested the thought that hope traversed them at night and left each morning brighter traces of her steps. Flowers peeped out amongst the leaves, snowdrops, crocuses, purple aculeas, and golden-eyed pansies. On Thursday afternoons, half-holidays, we now took walks and found still sweeter flowers opening by the wayside under the hedges. I discovered, too, that a great pleasure and enjoyment which the horizon only bounded lay all outside the high and spike-guarded walls of our garden. This pleasure consisted in prospect of noble summits girdling a great hill hollow, rich in verdure and shadow, in a bright beck, full of dark stones and sparkling eddies. How different this had scene looked when I viewed it, laid out beneath the iron sky of winter, stiffened in frost, shrouded with snow, exclamation point. Then you start a new sentence with M dash. When mists as chill as death wandered to the impulse of east winds along those purple peaks and rolled down, quote, ing, unquote, and home till they blended with the frozen fog of the beck. These sentences aren't making any sense. The previous one was all semicolons. This one started out with an M dash. It says those purple peaks, comma, and rolled down ing and home until they blended. So whatever ing is. Old people. I mean, people that from olden time. They wrote confusingly. That beck itself was then a torrent, turbid and curbless. It tore us under the wood and sent a raving sound through the air, often thickened with wild rain or whirling sleet, and for the forest on its banks, that showed only the ranks of skeletons. April advanced to May. A bright, serene May it was, semicolon. Days of blue sky, comma, placid sunshine, comma, and soft western or southern gales filled up its duration, period. This is why it's so hard to read. And now vegetation matured with vigor, semicolon. Low woods shook loose those tresses, and it became all green, all flowery. Its great elm, ash, and oak skeletons were restored to majestic life. Woodland plants sprang up profusely in its recesses. Unnumbered varieties of moss filled its hollows, made a strange ground sunshine out of the wealth of its wild primrose plants. I've seen their gold pale gleam in the overshadowed spots like scatterings on the Swedish luster. Oh, yeah. All this I enjoyed often and fully, free, unwatched, and almost alone. For this unwanted liberty and pleasure there was a cause, to which it now becomes my task to avert. Have I not described a pleasant sight for a dwelling? And when I speak of it as bosomed in hill and wood, and rising from a verge of stream, assuredly pleasant enough, but whether healthy or not is another question. The forest dell, where Lowood lay, was the cradle of fog and fog-bred pestilence, which, quickening with its quickening spring, crept into an orphan asylum, breathed typhus through its crowded schoolroom and dormitory, and ere May arrived, transformed the seminary into a hospital. Semi-starvation and neglected colds had predisposed most of the pupils to receive infection. 45 out of the 80 girls lay ill at one time. Classes were broken up, rules relaxed. The few who continued well were allowed almost unlimited license because the medical attendant insisted on the necessity of frequent exercise to keep them in health. And had it been otherwise, no one had leisure to watch or restrain them. Miss Temple, her whole attention was absorbed by the patients. She lived in the sick room, never quitting it except to snatch a few hours' rest at night. The teachers were fully occupied with packing up and making other necessary preparations for the departure of these girls, who were fortunate enough to have friends and relations able to willing to remove them from the seat of contagion. Many, already smitten, went home only to die. Some died at the school and were buried quietly and quickly. Oh, the nature of the malady forbidding delay. While disease had thus become an inhabitant of Lowood and death its frequent visitor. You get those? This little imagery there, you kind of like that? Yeah. While there was gloom and fear within its walls, while its rooms and passages steamed with hospital smells, the drug and the pastille striving vainly to overcome the effluvia of mortality. This bright May shone unclouded over the bold hills, a beautiful woodland out of doors. Its garden, too, glowed with flowers. Hollyhocks had sprung up its tall trees. Lilies had opened. Tulips and roses were in bloom. And the borders at the little beds were gay with pink thrift and crimson double daisies. The sweetbriars gave out, morning and evening, their scent of spice and apples. Yeah, and the fragrant treasures were all useless for most of the inmates at Lowood, except to furnish now and then a handful of herbs and blossoms to put in a coffin. But I, and the rest of who continued well, enjoyed fully the beauties of the scene and the season. Oh, they let us ramble in the wood like gypsies from morning till night. We did what we liked, and we were where we liked. We lived better, too. Mr. Brocklehurst and his family never came near Lowood now. Household matters were not scrutinized into. The cross housekeeper was gone, driven away by fear of infection. Her successor, who had been matron at the Lowton dispensary, unused to the ways of her new abode, provided with comparative liberality. Besides, there were fewer to feed. The sick could eat little. Our breakfast basins were better filled. And there was no time to prepare a regular dinner, which often happened. He would give us a large piece of cold pie or a thick slice of bread and cheese, and this we carried away with us to the wood, where we chose a spot that we liked best and dined sumptuously. My favorite seat was a smooth and broad stone, rising white and dry from the very middle of the beck, and only to be got at by wading through the water. A feat I accomplished barefoot. A barefoot, I say. The stone was just broad enough to accommodate comfortably another girl and me. At that time, my chosen comrade, one Mary Ann Wilson, a shrewd, observant personage, I can say it, whose society I took pleasure in, partly because she was witty and original, and partly because she had a manner which set me at ease. Some years older than I, she knew more of the world and could tell me many things I liked to hear. With her, my curiosity found gratification. To my faults also she gave ample indulgence, never imposing curb or rein on anything I said. She had a turn for a narrative, and I for analysis. She liked to inform, I to question. So we got on swimmingly together, deriving much entertainment, if not much improvement, from our mutual intercourse. Burp. And where, meantime, was Helen Burnes? I was just going to ask the same thing. I thought she was your best friend. Or you just got tired of her feeling bad for herself all the time. Noble. Being suffered and noble. Why did I not spend these sweet days of liberty with her? Had I forgotten her? Probably not. She had a cough in the last chapter. Or was I so worthless as to have grown tired of her pure society? Surely the Mary Ann Wilson I had mentioned was inferior to my first acquaintance. She could only tell me amusing stories and reciprocate any racy and pungent gossip that I chose to indulge in. While I have spoken truth, Helen, she was qualified to give those who enjoyed the privilege of her converse a taste of far higher thing. What the hell is that? Why is the radio doing such weird thing? And now it's like now that it's playing this. What the hell song is this? Is that Bruce Springsteen? He sounds horrible. No, that's a Bruce Springsteen song. Yeah, you can tell. Let's change the station. Here, hold my book and hold the steering wheel. No, more Bruce Springsteen. Let's change it again. No, more Bruce Springsteen. God damn it. Every station's just playing the same Bruce Springsteen song over and over. Oh, look at that lady. That's hilarious. Look at that lady. That's a lady who's actually wearing a silky zebra-striped blouse. That's hilarious. Yeah, she's got a little tight skirt thing and high heels and big necklace. Oh, look, there's another one. She's got a cheetah print shirt on. That's pretty funny. Anyways, change the station again. God damn it, same song. Oh, look out, you almost hit that guy wearing the silk shirt that he's got unbuttoned down to his stomach, and those weird silky pants that actually have pleats, and weird white expensive sneakers. Where the hell are we? I'm going to change the... God damn it, it's the same Bruce Springsteen song. Look at this. Look at these strip malls. There's like 5 strip malls lined up along this road that's got bagel stores in every single one of the stores. Oh, and there's a couple Buffalo Wild Wings. Look, a Wawa. Oh, God, are we in New Jersey? Oh, that makes sense. We're in New Jersey. That's the reason why everyone's dressed in silks with prints, and they're just eating nothing but bagels and pizza stores. There's a pizza store. Oh, you know what I want to do? Let's not just escape out of this place. Let's go find the Jersey Turnpike. You always hear about it in movies, especially movies in the 80s. They're always like, dump the body at the Jersey Turnpike. Can we do that? Can you look that up on your phone? I want to go to the Jersey Turnpike. We got to figure out how to get there. It's going to be like the Autobahn. It's just this one highway or something that's just real. Everyone speeds on that one strip of Autobahn, the only one out of all their highways. Same thing with the Turnpike. So I want to go find it. We got to take Highway 95. All right. Also try to find us a gas station because we're getting a little low on gas. But all right, here we go. We actually have a mission. We know where we are for once, and we got to go sightseeing for the Jersey Turnpike. All right, let's get back to the story. Where did I leave off? Oh, there you go. True, reader. God, this song is horrible. And I knew and felt this, and though I am a defective being with many faults and few redeeming points, yet I never tired of Helen Burnes, nor ever ceased to cherish her for a sentiment or attachment as strong, tender, and respectful as any of that ever animated my heart. How could it be otherwise when Helen, at all times and under all circumstances, evinced for me a quiet and faithful friendship, which ill humor never soured, nor irritation never troubled? But Helen was ill at present. Oh, there we go. For some weeks she had been removed from my sight, and I knew not what room upstairs. She was not, I was told, in the hospital portion of the house with the fever patients, for her complaint was consumption, not typhus. And by consumption, I, in my ignorance, understood something mild, which time and care would be sure to alleviate. I was confirmed in this idea by the fact of her once or twice coming downstairs on very warm sunny afternoons and being taken by Miss Temple into the garden. But on those occasions, I was not allowed to go and speak to her. Oh, I only saw her from the schoolroom window. And then, not distinctly, for she was much wrapped up and sat at a distance under the veranda. One evening in the beginning of June, I had stayed out very late with Mary Ann in the woods. Doing what? We had, as usual, separated ourselves from the others and had wandered far, so far, that we lost our way. We had to ask it at a lonely cottage where a man and a woman lived who looked after a herd of half-wild swine that fed on the mast in the wood. When we got back, it was after moonrise. A pony, this is all over the place, which we knew to be the surgeon's, was standing at the garden door. Mary Ann remarked that she supposed someone must be very ill. As Mr. Bates had been sent for at that time of the evening, she went into the house, and I stayed behind a few minutes to plant in my garden a handful of roots I had dug up in the forest, which I feared would wither if I left them till morning. This done, I lingered yet a little longer. The flowers smelt, so sweet, as the dew fell, and it was such a pleasant evening. So serene, so warm, the still glowing west, it promised so fairly another fine day on the morrow. The moon rose with such majesty in the grave east. I was noting these things and enjoying them as a child might, and when it entered my mind as it had never done before. How sad to be lying now on a sick bed, to be in danger of dying. The world is pleasant. It would be dreary to be called from it, and to have to go who knows where. This seems like a good spot. We should probably stop for gas. I can smell the oil refinery over there. Are we close to the IKEA yet? Because you were saying it's... you're saying because that's where the gas station... Okay, so is there a gas station? Also, where's the turnpike? You gotta let me know where we're going to get on the turn... Okay, we'll turn off here. All right, let's pull up and just pump some of our own gas by ourselves that you can do in every state in the union. Just pump your own gas. Let's go do that. And here I go, grabbing this pump, and I am just going to put it in my car, and it won't turn on. What the hell? Why won't it turn on? Just trying to pump my own gas. It wouldn't even take my card. I can see the guy in the window in the building there just watching us like an idiot. Go step on the bell to wake him up. There you go, thank you. Nope, he's just staring at us. I am now currently doing the universal sign for pump does not work, and he's still staring. Well, maybe he's also zoning out like you do in the car between weeks. Why don't we just take a minute to learn about an upcoming book from Penguin Random House called Fame Sick, a memoir. Oh, good, a memoir by Lena Dunham, the most famous and talented Lena Dunham, who has no problems or any kind of issues that you dislike her for. Why don't we learn a little bit about this book? In this rowdy, frank reflection of illness, fame, sex, and everything in between, the remarkable mind behind the series Girls, and the best-selling author of Not That Kind of Girl, asks whether fulfilling her creative ambitions has been worth the pain. This is going to be great. A person that has come up from nothing and made themselves into this multimedia? I don't know. Just a media powerhouse. This is going to be great. This is a person that was not born into money and didn't have any kind of connections. It just was kind of fed into this life. And this is going to be great. We're going to learn about, for the last decade, as she spent countless hours in doctors' waiting rooms searching for diagnosis, treatments, and relief. Being the owner and operator of Lena Dunham's body has felt, as she puts it, like towing a wrecked car across town at midnight. It's not easy dragging a wrecked car anywhere, much less to the Met Gala. See, that's something that most of us would never experience, but she did, while sewn into a gold lame corset. Or to the set of the hit show that you, as a 25-year-old, are writing, directing, producing, and starring in. See, none of us get to do that, and she shouldn't have either, but she did because she's talented. Or to the White House, never been. To the Golden Globes, wow. Or to your publicist's office to discuss the latest internet disaster. Yeah, it's her disaster because she's kind of a creepy person. But Dunham does it, even if it means internal hospital stays, vomiting in the bathroom when she's meant to be meeting Oprah, or terrifying those closest to her because she can no longer tell the difference between fighting to do what she loves and being a servant to her own ambition. All the while, she's holding out for a love that can withstand her personal and public challenges, and more than anything, yearning to feel like herself again. If only she could remember who that self was. As Dunham is the person No, they're not coming out yet. Why don't you step on the hose again so it makes the bell ring? There you go. As Dunham takes us through her journey, tracking her rise to fame from selling the pilot of Girls to the present in 3 acts. Oh, wow, that's got to be fun. It becomes clear that the spotlight casts long shadows, distorting the relationships she once held dear and isolating everyone in its glare. When an endless supply of drugs can't protect you from pain... That's weird, it always works for me. And begins to control your every move. Being famous doesn't stand a chance against the darker corners of the human experience. In Fame Sick, Dunham asks herself what the cost of fulfilling her dreams has really been, and whether it was worth it. What she finds is deeper than physical relief and more lasting, as she learns to live with what she can't change and turn her regrets into wisdom that can carry her forward, as she reconnects to what and who she loves. That was Fame Sick, a memoir by Lena Dunham, coming out April 14th for $32 at Amazon, Barnes & Noble Books, AmelianBookshop.org, Hudson Booksellers, Powell's, Target, and Walmart. Oh, good. The person's finally come out from the building, and they're walking over here. It's good because I don't want to sit around still talking about Lena Dunham, who's got a career of just talking about herself and publishing books about herself and making movies about herself, when her life really isn't that interesting. Okay, I'm just trying to get gas. Could you just pump it for me? I don't know how to get this thing working. Oh, you don't pump your own gas in this state. Somebody else has to pump it. Well, that's weird, but it makes me feel kind of affluent that you'll do it for me. Okay, well, thank you. Do you take a credit card? Not American Express. Okay, well, that's fine. I have a Visa. Yeah, it is the card of choice. Are you almost done? For the love of God. Oh, and they just took my credit card. Oh, and there they go. Okay. As soon as they get back with the card, we're getting the hell out of here. This is scary. I thought New Jersey was fun. I want to see the turnpike. Oh, and maybe I'll eat a bagel. Because if you look across the street, there's like 4 guys in silk outfits with just bagel stuff falling out of their mouths. That's all people do out here, just eat bagels and just talk loudly at each other. Maybe we should go get bagels, and then we can continue reading. Oh, here they come. Yep, okay, well, we're ready to go. Yep, thanks for your help. Okay, get in the car. Let's get the hell out of here. God, is it still behind us? Oh, God, it's still behind us. It's running down the street. It's literally running down, its pants fell off. Oh, my God. I don't know what the hell that thing was, but, God, it's good at its job. It knew how to pump our gas. Why don't we find ourselves a little bagel shop to go to? We'll sit down and read the rest of this book. Jesus, they're playing Springsteen in here, too? It just doesn't end. It just keeps going and going. I think I heard it at the gas station. All right, why don't we, sit down here and just eat these delicious-looking bagels. I gotta give them credit for one thing. Their bagels are, real soft. In the Midwest, our bagels got a hard skin, real tough to bite through. It's like biting through leather, but this is real soft and real nice. I don't know what lox are, but lox seem to be delicious. Let's get back into the story. And then my mind made its first earnest effort to comprehend what had been infused into it by a concerning heaven and hell. And for the first time, it recoiled, baffled. And for the first time, glancing behind on each side and before it, it saw all around an unfathomable gulf. It felt the one point where it stood, the present. All the rest was formless cloud and vacant depth. And it shuddered at the thought of tottering and plunging. Amid the chaos, while pondering this new idea, I heard the front door open. Mr. Bates came out, and with him was a nurse. And after she had seen him mount his horse and depart, she was about to close the door. But I ran up to her. How is Helen Burnes? Very poorly, was the answer. Is it Mr. Bates has been to see? Yes. What does it say about her? He says she'll not be long here. This phrase, uttered in my hearing yesterday, would have only conveyed the notion that she was about to be removed from Northumberland to her own home. And I should not have suspected that it meant she was dying. But I knew instantly now, exclamation point. It opened clear on my comprehension that Helen Burnes was numbering her last days in this world, and that she was going to be taken to the region of spirits. And if such region there were, I experienced a shock of horror, and then a strong thrill or grief, then a desire, a necessity to see her. And I asked in what room she lay. She's in Miss Temple's room, said the nurse. May I go up and speak to her? Oh, no, child. Oh, it's not likely. And now it is time for you to come in, or you'll catch your fever if you stop out when the dew is falling. Well, the nurse closed the front door, and I went in by the side entrance, which led to the schoolroom. That was just the time. It was 9 o'clock, and Miss Miller was calling the pupils to go to bed. It might be, 2 hours later, probably near 11, when I, not having been able to fall asleep, and deeming from the perfect silence of the dormitory that my companions were all wrapped in profound repose, rose softly, put on my frock over my nightdress, and, without shoes, crept from the apartment and set off in the quest for Miss Temple's room. It was quite at the other end of the house, but I knew my way, and at the light of the unclouded summer moon, entering here and there at passage windows enabled me to find it without difficulty, and an odor of camphor and burnt vinegar warned me when I came near the fever room, and I passed its door quickly, fearful lest the nurse, who sat up all night, should hear me. I dreaded being discovered and sent back, for I must see Helen. I must embrace her before she died. I must give one last kiss, exchange with her one last word. Having descended the staircase, traversed a portion of the house below, and succeeded in opening and shutting, without noise, 2 doors, I reached another flight of steps. These I mounted, and then just opposite to me was Miss Temple's room. A light shone through the keyhole, and from under the door a profound stillness pervaded the vicinity. Coming near, I found the door slightly ajar, probably to admit some fresh air to close a bow of sickness. Indisposed to hesitate and full of impatient impulses, soul and senses quivering with keen throes, I put it back and looked in. Oh, my eyes sought Helen, and feared to find death. Close by Miss Temple's bed, and half covered with its white curtains, there stood a little crib. Like a baby's crib? Or is this what she calls beds? We've been over this earlier in the book. I saw the outline of a form under the clothes, but the face was hid by the hangings. The nurse I had spoken to in the garden sat in an easy chair asleep, and an unsnuffed candle, candle burnt dimly on the table. Miss Temple was not to be seen. I knew afterwards that she had been called to a delirious patient in the fever room. I advanced, then paused by the crib side. My hand was on the curtain, but I preferred speaking before I withdrew it. I still recoiled at the dread of seeing a corpse. "Helen," I whispered softly, "are you awake?" She stirred herself, pulled back the curtain, and I saw her face, pale, wasted, but quite composed. She looked so little changed that my fear was instantly dissipated. "Can it be you, Jane?" she asked in her own gentle voice. "Oh, I thought she was going to die. They are mistaken. She could not speak and look so calmly as she were." I got onto her crib and kissed her, which is not good if she's got a disease. Her forehead was cold from disease, and her cheek both cold and thin. And so were her hand and wrist. But she smiled as of old. Why you come here, Jane? It's past 11 o'clock. I heard it strike some minutes since." "Well, I came to see you, Helen. I heard you were very ill. But I could not sleep till I had spoken to you." What the hell's going on over there? Oh, it looks like one of the little checkout registers is broken. It's just a bunch of guys over there. There's like 4 of them. They're all trying to figure out how to fix it. Man, they got a lot of opinions. They're all over there talking about how you should fix it and how you should reboot it. Yeah, someone said reboot. And another person's talking about how you should probably make sure it's got the internet. Yeah, they're a real help. That's odd. Well, I mean, New Jersey's a place of friendly people. They're loud, and they're constantly spilling bagels out of their mouth while they talk, but they are friendly and helpful, so that's kind of nice. Let's get back to the book. "You came to bid me goodbye. Then you are just in time, probably." Are you going somewhere, Helen? Are you going home?" "Yes, to my long home. My last home." No, Helen." I stopped, distressed, while I tried to devour my tears. A fit of coughing seized Helen. It did not, however, wake the nurse. When it was over, she lay some minutes exhausted. Then she whispered, "Jane, your little feet are bare. Lie down and cover yourself with my quilt." I did so, and she put her arm over me. "Stop letting this diseased person crawl all over you. Stop sharing their quilt." And I nestled close to her. After a long silence, she resumed, still whispering, "I'm very happy, Jane, and when you hear that I am dead, you must be sure not to grieve. There's nothing to grieve about. We all must die one day, and the illness which is the illness which is removing me is not painful. It is gentle and gradual. My mind is at rest. I have no one to regret me much. I have only a father, and he is lately married, and he will not miss me. By dying young, I shall escape great sufferings. I had not qualities or talents to make my way very well in the world. I should have been continually at fault." "But where are you going to, Helen? Can you see? Do you know?" "I believe I have faith. I am going to God." "Where's God? What is God?" "My maker and yours, who will never destroy what he has created. I rely implicitly on his power, with a capital H, and confide wholly in capital H his goodness. I count the hours till that eventful one arrives, which I shall restore me to him, reveal him to me." "Are you sure then, Helen, that there's such a place as heaven, and that our souls can get to it when we die?" I'm sure there is a future state. I believe God is good, and I can resign my immortal part to him without any misgiving. God is my father. God is my friend. I love him, and I believe he loves me. And I shall see you again, Helen, when I die. You will come to the same region of happiness and be perceived by the same mighty universal parent, no doubt, dear Jane." Again, I questioned, but this time only in thought. "Where is that region, huh? Does it exist? and I clasped my arms closer around Helen, the diseased Helen that she's wrapping herself around. She seemed dearer to me than ever. I felt as if I could not let her go. I lay with my face hidden on her neck. Presently she said, in the sweetest tone, "Oh, how comfortable I am. That last fit of coughing has tired me a little, and I feel as if I could sleep. But don't leave me, Jane. I like to have you near me. I'll stay with you, dear Helen. No one shall take me away. Are you warm, darling? Yes. Good night, Jane. Good night, Helen." She kissed me, and I her, and we both soon slumbered. When I awoke, it was day. An unusual movement roused me. I looked up, and in somebody's arms, the nurse held me. And she was carrying me through the passage back to the dormitory. I was not reprimanded for leaving my bed. People had something else to think about. No explanation was afforded then to my many questions, but a day or two afterwards, I learned that Miss Temple, on returning to her own room at dawn, had found me laid on the little crib, my face against Helen Burnes' shoulder and my arms round her neck. I was asleep, and Helen was dead. Her grave is in Brocklebridge churchyard. For 15 years after her death, it was only covered by a grassy mound. But now a gray marble tablet marks the spot, inscribed with her name, and the word Resurgam. Am I saying that right? Resurgam? There's no definition for it. Okay, we're gonna pretend like I said it right. Well, that's the end of that chapter. Why don't we get some more bagels for the row? You're falling asleep. Oh, goddamn it! Now you're staring off into the distance. I was gonna do the recap, but now you're staring off into space. I'm gonna do the recap all by myself. I can't believe you're doing this to me. I might as well do the recap while I carry you back into the car while you're comatose. Then you just piss yourself. I hate picking you up because you're usually full of piss whenever you do this. All right, and what happened in this chapter? Basically, things are going well. It's springtime, but the school is diseased. And with all the disease comes a lot of death and coughing. And her and her brand new friend, they care, but they're also having a great time with all their newfound freedom. So they don't care that much. She does care about Helen Burnes, the poor, noble, suffering person, who is now, with all of her previous foreshadowing coughing, finally sickly and lying in bed somewhere. So she sneaks off after talking to her through like a window in a schoolroom. She eventually sneaks off and then just snuggles up with her and before she dies. Wakes up in the morning being carried off by a nurse and she's dead. That's kind of it. There's not a lot of the recap. Like, I'm looking for symbolism. I'm looking for whatever. There's kind of not a lot to go on here. It's a good story. It's not a bad story. They're just looking for something. But basically, it's just kind of series of events, chapter by chapter. But now the school is basically diseased. So what's going to happen to our hero? Do they go back home and bring the disease with them and kill everyone in the house? Let's find out next week. And thanks for listening, Mr. Moonbeam, and I will see you then.
Around this time of day, I start to think about a burger. If we get started now on foot, we should make it by 4:30. Yeah, we'll take the alley on Longview Trail down past the lake, right over to the flashing light. Oh, head down on Franklin to that greasy spot. It's the palace of meat and cheese. We gotta slurp it while we're young. Oh yeah, we're going down to the Burger King. Grease, maybe we should go over to Richie's Music. I could use a pack of banjo strings, and I hear they're gonna be closing. We could take the footbridge over 46 and then take a long stroll past Gardner Fields. Oh, if we stay on the shoulder, we should be okay. And by the time we hit the auto repair place, we'll be fine. 'Cause the people out here, maybe they don't know how to drive. Beyond the hills of the burrow, I can hear the drone of 80. Maybe if it rains tomorrow, we should go to the AMC. The Sizzler at the mall is pretty sweet, and I could use a good buffet. I want to soak up this county streets tonight, the streets of my hometown.
Blam, 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 blam.
Thinking for tonight, we can sit on my couch and watch Mythbusters. We can walk over to the A&P and get some snacks to munch on. Together we'll go and take a dip if it's warm enough. We'll float in that man-made lake. Oh, not the beach with the diving boards, but the one deep down by the railroad tracks. Yeah, if it's not busy, maybe we can take our bathing suits off. Maybe we're born to swim. We were born to swim and eat burgers. Tramps like us, we were from New Jersey.
Well, it appears you found me in the part of the podcast I hate the most, where I tell you all about the places on the internet where you can find me. You can tell I hate this because of the sound effects making it sound like a stormy night in the drawing room of the damned. Now, are you cool? I like cool people. It's the reason why I got involved in this business to begin with, just to meet cool people, not losers. So if you're cool, feel free to go over to my website, nuzzlehouse.com. Don't bother looking for us on social media because we've given it all up after the election with how evil everyone is from Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. I shut it all down. But you can find us on Blue Sky, nuzzlehouse.bsky.com. I don't know. We got a Christmas album on our website, which we should do. Everyone should do when they get married, make a Christmas album. We got Just Stay in the Curious Mind, where we make paranormal smut, Masterpiece Auditorium review books, and Two Things, One Cup with Elton from Elton Reads a Book a Week. And since I think you might be cool, you can always just email me directly, glenn.nuzzles@gmail.com. But don't email if you're a nerdlinger or a dork. Now, back to business. I can't believe I drank all of them already. There's got to be one left.